You're watching Spotlight on 5G on TelecomTV, and this is The Slice. It's Tuesday, the 29th of June, and here are the news headlines. Deutsche Telekom demos multi-vendor 5G slicing and switches on O-RAN town. Swisscom turns to AWS as key public cloud partner. Orange signs up for IoT Continuum. And 5G expands its reach and availability. Deutsche Telekom has teamed up with Ericsson and Samsung for what it claims is the world's first implementation of multi-vendor 5G end-to-end network slicing with a commercial 5G device. The German operator has also switched on the first sites in its O-RAN town deployment in New Brandenburg, where Open RAN technology has been integrated into the commercial network and will deliver 4G and 5G services at 25 sites. Swisscom has selected Amazon Web Services as its preferred public cloud partner to support its ongoing digitalization efforts and 5G rollout. The Swiss national operator will build out its cloud-native 5G core on a hybrid cloud comprising the operator's own infrastructure, AWS outposts, and from next year, the Zurich AWS public cloud platform. Swisscom is also migrating a range of OSS, BSS and corporate IT functions to the AWS cloud. Orange is the operator member in a new partnership that aims to simplify and accelerate the mass deployment of IoT in Europe and beyond. The other partners in the IoT Continuum are Sierra Wireless, Lacroix and ST Microelectronics. The group's members say they have brought together expertise from across the entire IoT ecosystem, from connectivity to hardware, software, design and manufacturing, to help enterprises fulfill their IoT plans. 5G is at the heart of many developments and plans right now, and its reach and availability is spreading fast. 5G services are now available in 1,662 cities in 65 countries, according to the updated State of 5G report from test vendor VRV. The GSMA predicts 5G will account for 1.8 billion connections by 2025, 21% of the total. 5G's capabilities are also being continuously stretched as well. Telstra and Ericsson say they completed a 5G standalone data call over 113 kilometers. Hewlett-Packard Enterprise has announced a new solution to automate 5G networks and services. TelecomTV spoke with Rolf Eberhardt, head of orchestration at HPE's Communications Technology Group, to find out more.
We have two elements which are being newly introduced. First thing is service orchestration for the 5G part. And the second element is the automated assurance for 5G as well. Both of these elements are centered around automation itself. There's a third part which was already introduced earlier onwards, which is our resource aggregator for open distributed infrastructure management. Came in earlier this year already. All three elements focus on making operations easier in a 5G environment.
And for more news and analysis, visit the TelecomTV news pages or sign up for our 7 AM editorial mailer. That was your daily slice of news. Time now to take a closer look behind the headlines to find out what this means for service providers and the telecoms industry. And joining me now is my editorial colleague Ray Maistre. Ray, it's fair to say this has been an unusually quiet MWC week.
Yes, it's not quite the barrage of announcements that I was expecting. As far as I can see, not a single company has issued 73 press releases all at once. And that's a first for modern day MWC weeks. But as we can see, there's still plenty of interest going on.
There certainly is, and our lead story today is Deutsche Telekom with its 5G network slicing news and the intriguing O-RAN town, both very topical areas.
Yeah, absolutely. So Deutsche Telekom has teamed up with Ericsson and Samsung for what it claims is the world's first implementation of multi-vendor 5G end-to-end network slicing with a commercial 5G device. In what it says was a successful trial, DT used 5G standalone infrastructure from Ericsson and Samsung Galaxy S21 5G devices to run a cloud virtual reality gaming application. In its labs in Bonn, the operator set up two slicers, one a regular mobile broadband slice and the other a cloud VR gaming optimized slice, and recorded and what it claims was a superior experience on the gaming slice even under congested network conditions. Now, still with Deutsche Telekom, the German operator has also switched on the first sites in its O-RAN town deployment in New Brandenburg, where Open RAN technology has been integrated into the commercial network and will deliver 4G and 5G services at up to 25 sites. The deployment includes what DT describes as Europe's first integration of massive MIMO radio units using O-RAN open fronthaul interfaces to connect to the virtualized RAN software. That's not a mouthful. Initial technology partners for the O-RAN town deployments include Dell, Fujitsu, Intel, Mavenir, NEC and Supermicro.
Well, so it's certainly a sign, Ray, that the O-RAN community continues to grow. And so does the O-RAN Alliance, which added Google just this week. And incidentally, we are hosting the O-RAN Alliance Industry Summit on TelecomTV later today, in just an hour or so, in fact. So we should hear more then. Moving on to Swisscom and another partner for AWS.
Yeah, that's right, Guy. Swisscom is the latest operator to hook up with one of the major public cloud giants to advance its digitalization strategy and support its 5G rollout plans. The Swiss national operator has selected Amazon Web Services as its preferred public cloud partner, a decision that was unveiled by Adam Selipsky, the incoming AWS CEO, during an AWS Virtual Village presentation organised as part of the Cloud Giants MWC Week activities. So how are the two working together? Well, Swisscom plans to deploy its cloud-native core on a hybrid cloud platform that is a mix of its own private cloud infrastructure, some AWS Outpost instances, and from next year, the new Zurich AWS public cloud region infrastructure. So the operator is really covering its bases there. In addition, and in line with what many operators are doing, it's also migrating multiple OSS, BSS, and corporate IT functions, including contact center and enterprise resource planning applications, to the AWS platform. Swisscom's decision highlights a growing trend amongst operators to put their faith in the capabilities of the public cloud giants, even with their most important and business-critical applications. And for AWS, one of its biggest proof points will come very soon, as it underpins the core, RAN and support systems of Dish Network's 5G launch in the US.
Oh yes, so much hinges on the success of that partnership. Now, IoT is the focus of our next featured news story, and I just can't help but feel that the initial operator excitement around IoT has died down somewhat recently, but things may be about to change.
Yes, it certainly did die down, but I feel that with 5G evolving, it's really coming back to the fore again. Orange, which has for many years been a significant force in the development of cellular IoT service developments, is the operator member in IoT Continuum, a new partnership that aims to simplify and accelerate the mass deployment of IoT in Europe and beyond, though there was no mention of infinity. The idea of the partnership is to bring together key players from the IoT ecosystem, encompassing everything from devices to supporting software and services to 4G and 5G connectivity, in a way that can simplify the whole process of planning, deploying and managing an IoT deployment for the many enterprises looking to take advantage of such functionality. As mentioned, the other IT partners alongside Orange are Sierra Wireless, Lacroix and ST Microelectronics. As part of their efforts, the partners will develop new business models to, and I quote, accelerate the digital transformation of international industries and unleash the potential of IoT technology in areas of critical growth, including smart buildings, automotive, health, smart cities and smart industries.
Yes, unleash that potential. Well, let's see if they can give this market a bit of a boost. Now, we're obviously focused on 5G this week, and we have some interesting data to back up the growth of 5G deployments, courtesy of VRV.
Yes, Guy, here at TelecomTV, we've been building an entire week of programming around various aspects of 5G. So it seems only right to take a look at where the market is in terms of 5G reach, especially as we are really only still in the very early years of this new generation of mobile connectivity. Now, according to the State of 5G report from Test and Measurement Specialist VRV, which has been tracking 5G's growth since day zero, 5G services have now been launched in 1,662 cities in 65 countries. Now, the 3 countries with the greatest number of cities with 5G coverage are, and no surprise here, China with 376, followed by the United States, again no surprise there, with 284 cities. But in third place is the Philippines with 95 cities, overtaking South Korea, which is now in fourth position with 85 cities. Go the Philippines! And what about the future? Well, 5G might be all the rage, of course, but 5G is expected to account for only about 1/5 of all mobile connections globally in 2025, according to the GSMA's latest Global Mobile Economy report. Though we are still talking, of course, about a massive number, 1.8 billion 5G connections by that year. And for an impressive statistic of another kind, let's turn to Telstra in Australia, which, with its partner Ericsson, has managed to successfully place a 5G data call across a distance of 113 kilometres, which I believe is also the average distance that an MWC attendee walks in 4 days when the world isn't turned upside down by a virus.
I think that number is absolutely correct. You're absolutely right there. And I predict a strong bounce back from South Korea in time for next year's report. I don't think they'll settle for 4th place. Thanks, Ray. Plenty of grounds for optimism there. And of course, we've only delved into a few of the news headlines this morning. Other stories are landing in our inboxes as we speak.
Yeah, absolutely, Guy. I mean, just while we've been talking, I've been hearing about the launch of an end-to-end cloud-native 5G standalone campus network at ENSO, I hope I pronounced that correctly, the Space for Creators in Munich. This is built out by NTT Data in partnership with Mavenir, which is involved in a lot of activity this week. We're also just hearing as well of efforts by Vodafone and Telefonica to better meet the needs of SMEs, an incredibly important market for telcos, but it's been a tough one for the operators to crack over the years.
Thanks, Ray. Finger on the news pulse as always. Now, we've got to take a bit of a break now because we're well into the lunch hour in Barcelona, so our thoughts naturally turn to food. And it's not easy to find time to enjoy a good lunch at MWC. And you never quite get what you want either, which is why we've decided to make our own. And we want you, our viewers, to decide which is your favourite. Yes, it's time once again for the great Tapas taste-off. So over these 4 days, Ray and I will be going head to head with our favourite tapas treats, and we want you to decide which one is best. Our daily website poll is a simple choice this week. Vote for Ray's tapas choice or vote for mine. Ray, what are you putting up today as your tapas choice?
Well, it's one of the absolute Spanish classics. It's calamares. Seen here with, I must say, a very delicious bowl of garlic mayonnaise. And I can absolutely guarantee to everybody this was not a damp squid.
Oh, wah, wah, wah. Well, I've got to say, you're welcome to calamari. I'm not a big calamari fan, unfortunately, but you enjoy your calamari. Meanwhile,
They were not onion rings. They were not onion rings.
No, no onion rings. No onion rings. I'm putting up Bouquorones, which isn't everybody's cup of tea. I appreciate that. So here's the Bouquorones. Those little fishy things, the white little fish with just a little bit of olive oil and some parsley on top. Personally, I could just eat them as they are. Just fork them in, no problem at all. But you might want to put them on a little piece of bread, a little baguette slice.
Yeah, nobody mentioned bread. You didn't allow me bread props. This is completely unfair.
It's a store cupboard staple. It's the rules of TV cooking games. You know, you've always got this unlimited supply of other ingredients.
Right, I'm going to grate chocolate
look,
on my Calamaris next time.
If you want Ray wants a sympathy vote, so vote for Ray's Calamari. I'm a bit of a Marmite type vote here with the Bouquorones. So you decide. Vote now. Vote for your favourite. Which dish would you select from the menu if you were taking a break from trudging around exhibition halls? You've only got a few hours to make your choice because we're going to reveal the winner on our live after show today, which starts at 5 p.m. UK time. And Ray, we'll see you later for the after show. Still to come on Spotlight on 5G today. If you haven't yet watched our Strategy Outlook programme, then it's now available to view on demand. Today's show takes an in-depth look at the 5G RAN with interviews and roundtables. We also continue our new series, Top 10 Mobile Moments, with episodes 7 and 6. And there's plenty of memories of past 3GSM and MWC events with some long forgotten moments there. We finish today with the after show live. And this week, the programme comes with some very special features. To help recreate the evening networking that we all love so much in Barcelona, we have our TelecomTV Uncorked segment where we explore the main wine regions of Spain. Get to know what you're drinking when you return to MWC. Plus, your after show, where we are asking you to share your memories of past events and after show parties. We also have a lot of supporting videos on the site, all available to watch on demand. And to whet your appetite, here's a preview of our discussion with Anthony Collins, Director for Radio IP at Xilinx, where we looked more closely at the RAN and total cost of ownership challenges for operators.
It all comes down to TCO, as Ray said. The operators are increasingly looking at the total cost of ownership for these ORAN equipment. So with NTT Docomo, we will talk a little bit about their progress on Open RAN and their strategy around Open RAN and the role Xilinx is playing there. But they'll also highlight some of the challenges around Open RAN and specifically point to some of the TCO concerns for Open RAN equipment.
And you can watch the full interview now on TelecomTV. And of course, The Slice will return tomorrow with more analysis of the news that matters most. For now though, thanks for watching and goodbye.